So in our process of let's just get over it, I actually did have another weekly Muse. This is not necessarily as insane as the whole Dog the Bounty Hunter thing. I really
Oh,
wanted to get to
good.
that. Sorry.
That was that was a thing.
that was surreal, man. That was surreal. But I do have another news article, and I will put it up for you so
Just
that you can
becoming
see
a
it.
newscast.
Well, this was an odd one. This was kind of an odd one. There is a video attached to this, but basically, let me just kind of explain what's going on here. So, in Scottsdale, Arizona, never been there. I hear it's hot. There,
Yeah, probably.
there is. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that it's probably warm.
Okay, first of all, first in accuracy, you said this is an article. This is a paragraph of text in the video.
Yes, the video is definitely like the report.
Okay.
But I can kind of summarize the video for you. It's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to watch it right now. But basically, there's this place that they put together that was called Bam Kazam. And
Bam Kazam.
Bam Kazam. Yeah, every time I hear that, I want to start singing that song from the Fallout games. Wham, bam, alakazam under an orange color sky. But anyway, but Bam Kazam, what they wanted to do, the way that they're tagging this, is that it turns you into a video game character, literally. That's not actually true. But if you were to watch the video, what you would basically see is, imagine going into a different series of rooms where there were, like, physical challenges that were modeled after, like, video game worlds. Not specifically, like, a Fallout world or something like that, but, like, post-apocalypse, or this is where, like, you're a mouse behind the walls, which the little picture you can see the little ball of yarn and stuff, and you have to navigate through like the hanging cheese boards and stuff like that, and they're talking about putting up like a science fiction like spacey one and that kind of thing. But think about it like if you were doing the physical challenges that you would see in a video game, like a platformer, more than that, like action games, but you were doing it in real life with like actual elements. That's what they're going for.
So it's like an escape room.
A little bit like an escape room, but not about solving mysteries so much as completing physical obstacle courses.
Sure. I mean, just like here's a number of tasks you have to complete.
Sort of like that.
It's more like an obstacle course, I would suppose.
A little bit more like that, but they actually did at one point compare it to like the idea of an escape room.
Oh, so I was on point.
You're on point. Yeah, it's a little different, but they did make a comparison to that at one point as well. And I think that right now they have like 6. They're thinking about getting up to like 8 or something like that. And I think entry fees, like for is it by person or by group? It's like 35 or something like that. So not incredibly expensive as far as amusements go. But I was trying to figure out, and I was interested in your thoughts about, like, when you play video games, how excited are you to actually try it in real life? Because it depends on the game for me. Sometimes I very much would not want to really do it in real life.
Didn't Matt Pat have a series on YouTube Originals that dealt with this type of thing?
He possibly could, but I never watched YouTube Originals.
I don't think anyone did.
That's why they don't really do them very
That's why they still exist. That's a whole different
They do.
topic. But I mean, maybe like the Mirror's Edge type parkour thing, maybe without the bad guys, or
Yeah.
the zip lines or the paragliding type stuff from some of these games could be cool, but like those are super like high octane, as opposed to like we're gonna pretend to be a Mario or Luigi and do some platforming.
Yeah, it is, and I could kind of see it too. Actually, what kind of got me thinking about this, and maybe the reason why, I wanted to talk about it, was because people might not know this, but before I started doing podcasting, one of my jobs was I worked at a high ropes course, And
Yes,
I
I
was
remember this.
You
They
do?
no longer exist.
They really don't. But I was a safety instructor. I worked about 40 feet in the air on high ropes courses. Very familiar with things like zip lines, how to operate those, and a lot of different challenges. One of the things that's interesting is that when you watch the video that they do, you see like the hanging cheese boards and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, yeah, we had obstacles like that. It was just that at the time they were like about 30, 40 feet in the air. But this time they're on ground, which I have to be honest with you, probably does seem a lot safer. Also kind of less exhilarating, though. In retrospect, the courses that I worked on probably were a little bit closer to like the Mirror's Edge or the video game experience than what they have going on here. But you don't need to have nearly as much specialized equipment, and I'm sure that was a big thing for them. One of the reasons, too, fun little side note for everybody, one of the reasons why high ropes courses were really big in Europe, and then they started to come over to the United States, but they didn't necessarily get big in the United States at the same time, is because Europe, when they tried to create amusement parks, the land masses are smaller, and the actual footprints for different amusements are a lot smaller, so they had to think about building vertically rather than out.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why they were like, we can fit a lot of stuff in a vertical high ropes course, in a pretty small footprint by comparison. Luckily, we have a lot of acreage, so we invented like your fairs, your fairgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, we invented the fairgrounds.
No, well, we didn't.
It's an amusement park.
An amusement park. Yeah, we invented it, folks. No, we didn't, but we did gravitate towards that style of entertainment on a large scale. But the challenges here seemed okay. There's nothing specialized, like I said. You can't they don't like call them Fallout or Starfield or anything like that. But just get the general feeling of it. I'm not quite sure, like, the one that they seem to highlight a lot is that whole thing where it's supposed to be like you're the mouse in the wall, and I have absolutely no idea what game that would be referencing. If you happen to know, folks, I'd love to. It's gotta be something where you shrink down. Maybe there was something in Alice Madness Returns, I can't remember. But whatever.
Maybe it's Grounded.
Maybe it is Grounded. You know what? You're right. This is probably a take on Grounded. There aren't a lot of interior spaces in Grounded yet. Maybe there will be one day.
Maybe.
If you could create an amusement park of sorts, and you could take something from video games, some element from video games, what would you think would translate the best into a real-world experience?
Oh, Planet Coaster, duh.
You're right. Roller Coaster Tycoon?
I've just ruined your entire question by giving you a sandbox game where you can build an amusement park.
This is true. I don't know, though, but here's the thing. Actual people building the amusement park in real time seems horrible. That seems like a horrible idea.
Oh, man. Oh, if I had to pick a type of game, it'd probably be like a platformer, yeah. Sure. Like, it's very simple.
Sure.
Compared to some other things you'd have to make and do. You could escape rooms, obviously, or you could do hidden object type stuff.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. I also realized that if you were talking about taking a first-person shooter and putting it in the real world, that's pretty much paintball, right?
Yeah, with the way first-person shooters are nowadays, where it's all cover-based, yeah, that's paintball.
Yeah.
Which is why in Watch Dogs Legion, and you get the paintball guns, it's like, oh yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to Legion yet, but that's good. They have a paintball gun.
Yes.
Perfect.
Lots of different weapons that people can get, and paintball gun is one of them. It's
Perfect.
non-lethal and fairly effective.
Yeah. Well, you know, having played paintball, I can tell you that if you weren't wearing padded clothing and the face masks and everything, paintballs would really hurt.
Yeah, especially when you turn that carbon dioxide setting up on them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one time where we went to paintball, one of the guys we went to with, he had his own, and they have to calibrate them to make sure that the PSI is correct on ones that you bring from your home, so that they're even. And his was so high, it was like you heard the little thing go beep beep beep. Whoa, we gotta turn you way down there, kiddo.
Yeah, you turn that setting up too high, and you're gonna break skin pretty easily.
Oh yeah. Even with the settings that they had, I got hit a couple times. Ow, ow,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
not fun.
good sport if you want bruises in small places.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people go for laser tag. Same general idea.
And airsoft.
Airsoft, yeah, exactly. So hey, you know, you could try airsoft with courses like this, but
Sure, you could do laser tag with it too.
You could, absolutely. I'd love to be a mouse and have a laser gun. Can you imagine being a mouse with a laser gun?
You just do a cyberpunk laser tag experience and get Keanu Reeves to show up.
Can Keanu Reeves do a Mickey Mouse voice?
I hope not.
If so, Johnny Silvermouse. Perfect.
No.
Oh my god. That would be amazing. John Wick, but as a mouse.
Oh dear.
John Squeak.
I
Perfect.
think we're off topic now.
Anyway, they're trying to bring video games into the real world. I'm just trying to figure out if it's actually going to be successful. I'm kind of up in the air on it. Some people might like it. I think, though, that the video game community, if you're really into video games, you probably want to actually play the game, not in real life.
Yeah, I was kind of just thinking that a lot of people who are going to play a lot of games probably aren't as interested in going and doing physical activity in that kind of capacity.
Right. And in many ways, I'm wondering if this comes a little too late as VR starts to get really popular.
Yeah, VR and AR, because you can also get the things that you can overlay on your phone and just like, oh, I've suddenly made my real world a video game by having these objectives and things I can do.
Gets me to thinking...
Like, you know, Pokemon Go got lots of people to get outside.
Yep, it sure did. And it did get me to thinking, like, I wonder how many people who go to Bam Kazam will just be, like, playing, like, a Pokemon Go and trying to catch the Pokemon in the actual, game. I think the cat figured out we're talking about a mouse.
Did.
Yeah. Sorry, the mouse is not for you, Lux.
Nope, that one's Echo.
Echo.
Just flop.
There you
Just
go.
flop then.
Yeah. The mouse is not for you, Echo. Sorry.
Anyways.
But anyway, we can probably move on. We have a soapbox we need to do, so...
Okay. If you want to go to Bam Kazam and you think there is a video game that would be great as a partially indoor physical experience, let us know.
Yeah, if you could go into any game as a real-world setting, what would it be? I can tell you that my pick for not doing that would probably be Fallout.
Mine would be The Sims.
Also a good one. Also a dystopic future for a completely different reason. So, good to know.